you know,
Cut this book off in a couple of days.
yeah, I know, but I mean, out of the things that you've done in your life, would you say this is one of the hardest things?
No,
No, okay.
I think learning Unix period was the hardest, and it was forced on me.
Oh, it's forced on you.
Yeah,
Wow.
like I went someplace to work in Novell. I was like in my 20s at the time, and they said, "This project you have to learn Unix. You can come here much as you like. It's 3 weeks in this lab.
Yep.
Learn every command possible because you don't have to support it in this rollout." I'm like, what? So yeah, everybody's calling the recruiter complaining, like, wait a minute, I don't in Unix back then with the BSD versions,
Yep.
there's no what do they call that? There's no
Linux.
cycle bit. You make a mistake, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how I got comfortable with it.
How long did
All
you
right,
did you do that for?
I did it for a year, and then I really started to know. Within about 6 months, I started to pick it up,
Yeah.
and I just went in another different direction. I just went all Unix at that point.
Yeah. Wow.
Um, so now this is what I want to go up. When you sent me the links for
The Python stuff?
excuse me. No, right. I thought you had a class on it because you were saying it's best to take my class and go to Udemy and pay $20. It's not gonna be worth much. But
Um,
I don't even, yeah, I don't even see anything like that. If I was
well,
seeing something like that, I can't find it anymore.
in terms of Udemy courses or anything like that, I think they kind of touch it on a very light level, but it's not very applicable to specific for building custom training bots.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
And
Exactly.
and there's not. I mean, you're involving a lot of pieces like the database, the TAlib, whatever else there is. You know what I mean? But that I mean, I've only had the one course, and that's all I have. So you were referring to something else or some other video. There might
Could
be a.
you just
Go ahead.
could you show me your screen and just show me what exactly it looks like? We're going back and forth with this. I'm like, wait a minute. I mean, he has a course, why I don't see it? I see things where it talks about NBL and CCXT, but that's I already have that. Within that what's that? I think it's called Python 2.
Yeah, no, it's Python 3 and Python 2. Like they just officially announced that they've uh, no longer supporting Python 2, so it's obsolete.
Right.
Can you see my screen? Okay.
Let me see. Come on. What's wrong with this thing?
I'm not
Oh, it's
sure.
right here.
You got it. Okay, I'm gonna take you over to my store because that you said that had the outline.
Yeah, I'm there. I see you.
Okay,
I see
cool.
the Python. Right. This is okay. This is showing applied statistical. That looked different the last time I looked at this.
Well,
This
this
looks
this is
expensive.
this this is what I sent you with the
Right.
itinerary. Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's it.
Okay.
If that's it. But how do I get to this? I could never figure out a way of getting to it.
Well, like I said, this is all the same. Just go to the Quant Labs Academy, and then when you log in, um, at the right here, so I'm already logged in. So you just come into courses, and then right here, Python 3 Algo Trading Course. This one I still keep around, but this is the one you want, the Python 3
Right.
version 3.
What's the one version 2? What's that?
That's for Python version 2.7, but as I said, the support for Python 2 is obsolete now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
so
never knew how to
that's
get there
like,
now.
what's that?
Now I know how to get there. I couldn't have figure it out.
Yeah, no, it's pretty straightforward. This one's pretty obsolete, the version 2, but this one, version 3, is the current one. And that's using Python version 3, not version Python 2, which is 2.7.
Right.
You get it?
I got it.
And then
I
in
looked
here,
at all those videos already.
You've gone through them all?
I went through them all, went through everything with pandas,
Okay.
lib. Yeah, I went through all of that.
Okay.
How to fund it. Yeah, I did all that.
Okay.
I'll go through it again.
Okay. So there's some updates. Have you gone through? You should have access to this one. Trade like a boss.
Yeah, I should have access. I do have access to it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you've gone through that. Now.
I didn't go through it. Yet.
Okay. Now there's another one here on my blog. I haven't really highlighted this yet.
Blog.
Yeah, but it's at quantlabs.net/blog.
Uh-huh.
And then if you go under tutorial, there's a general help page and what I'm building out now. And this is the most up to date on the crypto itself, not the building bots or using Python.
Right.
So this entire course walks you. Well, it's not a course, but it's just a preview of how to use the quant analytics service thing.
Okay.
So you want me to put that in the chat for you?
Well, no, I can find this on my own.
Okay.
See, but I'm thinking I'm going to see something told like how to from point A to point
Yeah.
B
Well.
on how to build the PCXXT.
Yeah. The only reason I'm highlighting this is the first 3 videos talk about Binance itself, how to fund it, and how to capture the deposit and API keys. It's the only reason why I'm bringing it up.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you need extra help on anything, or?
No. I just need it. Once I get the material, I can fly with it.
Okay.
That's it.
How's that?
Now, the only one that you talked about MotiveWave. I got your email, I looked for it, and I didn't see much there. Can you just show me that? That's something way down the chart anyway. I'm doing the Binance first.
Right. When you say,
Yeah.
I don't understand how you mean the Binance or MotiveWave.
Right, MotiveWave.
Yeah.
Well, MotiveWave, what exactly are you showing? So it's a non-programmer or something?
Oh, okay. So it's,
Right.
yeah. If you go back to the Academy stuff, the Academy site, in that DVD, I kind of go through the highlight of MotiveWave. There's two parts on MotiveWave. There's the non-programming part, which is the MotiveWave highlights. Okay, so that's using MotiveWave as a program without programming it, and then there's the MotiveWave program using the software development kit in Java. This one right here, the second one.
You can't use it in Python?
No, it's all Java.
I'll just go teach myself that.
Yeah, that's a big step, dude. But if you're gonna stay with last time we talked,
No.
like the last thing we talked about last time was the Python stuff. So like I mentioned, for now I'm using Binance as the exchange for the crypto.
Okay.
So
Right.
So once I see the support for Binance on MotiveWave, I'll gladly go to MotiveWave. Until then, I can't really do anything, so I stay in Python.
Wait a minute. MotiveWave, you cannot use Python? I thought you could.
No, I just as I said, you use it's built around Java.
Oh, built around Java.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, it is what it is.
Yeah, there's 2 different paths there, but I always tell people if you're not a programmer and you can afford it, go with MotiveWave. If you're not a programmer but you still want to learn, and the easier path is use Python. Python gives a lot more options. It opens up a lot more doors because you can do machine learning. I mean, you could do the same thing in Java, but it's more complicated.
Okay. Trying to figure out a way. You said don't waste my time with Java?
For now, if you're going to go down the same path that I'm doing and just focus on crypto, I would just follow Python.
I thought Java would get me close to C++. That's why.
Yeah, C++. That's a major step. I don't even.
Right.
I avoid C++ as much as I can.
No, but the whole objective is for me to get through Binance, do the C++ stuff, because dealing with programmers is a huge headache.
Yeah, I know, but that.
I just hate dealing with them.
Yeah, I know, but that's why I always try to. If you had to choose a programming language and you're new to it, I would just go with
Right, well, yeah,
Python.
but I gotta get C++ in my belt because
Yeah, but like I
I
said,
want to go through.
Py, C++ I don't touch because it's very very complicated.
Right.
Um, that's I think Python is just as effective. It's a lot easier, and when it comes to like getting stuff done faster, you get it done faster in Python.
Yeah, true.
And Java, the only reason Java is because you have a trading platform there with all the infrastructure in place. So it like MotiveWave does all the heavy lifting for you. Yeah, I would just focus on Python, like knowing you the simplistic way because it's a very easy language to pick up.
Okay. So I know I'm not crazy then. I was going through like I thought he said he had a training tutorial class in Python on how to build this thing. Well, I don't see it. I'm looking.
Yeah.
Like am I losing my mind or something?
No, but you've already had access to the same thing. Like I haven't really changed that in about a year, anyways.
Right. I'm saying me. I thought like, wow, I'm not finding it. I did see that. Remember you charged for it, but then like, why I'm not finding it? I don't get it. Some you have access to it, but I don't see it. But anyway, now I know what's the deal, so I know exactly how to go to it. I'm still going through all the basic steps, the polymorphism, all that stuff in Python. So I'm still just going through it. Maybe about another week, I should be able to kick this thing, start working with the CCXT. Because you gave a prototype in that training course. I remember
Yeah.
down right.
In the DVD thing, yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. So, which I'm able to piece it all together. Plus, I'm gonna get a tutor to help me with it, to get it going. Because I think it'll be a giant step for me.
Oh yeah, like that DVD has in there. Let me just show you. There's now remember it's not a working bot, but it's pseudocode to get you.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, to get you started. This one right here, the crypto baby bot.
Okay, crypto baby bot.
Yeah, so this. Let me just pull that up. Yeah, that's just pseudocode.
Okay.
Let me just see here. Where am I?
You know, to tell you why we're just sitting here chewing the fat. You
What's
would think at this time your email should be flooded with people trying to learn this. This is unbelievable.
unbelievable in terms of what?
So,
What's
I
that?
think people will be trying to learn. People will be trying to learn this.
You,
I
you,
would think so.
yeah, the part of the problem from my end is just getting the word out there. Like it's already this DVD product's up on Amazon,
Right.
and here this is the code you want here, but the problem is that now I have to, it's like Amazon doesn't really do anything for me. I have to still market on Amazon. I just get the product listed on Amazon. Now I have to market it. But here's the baby bot. It just does a moving average cross.
I see this only does the buy, but you said I can they can do sales if you get them enough money to have it in margin with Binance. Remember you mentioned that.
Yeah, but
Right.
this is the order right here. But it's a very simple trading bot where I go through the source code and showing you how to use it.
Trust me, I'll go through it.
Oh,
I'll go through it.
well, I hope so because it's designed for people like yourself that are trying to learn the basics of how the basic structure works.
Well, okay. Not a problem. I'm definitely gonna go through it.
Yeah, I mean this is the first step right here. This baby bot thing out of the DVD, and then you could probably move to the to the Python programming course.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go through it all.
Yeah,
I'm gonna finish off with the books, go through all the lessons in the books because I looked at some of your code. I looked at wildcard logs, and I was like, oh, I understand what that means. It's
Yeah.
using the methods.
Yeah.
He's like grabbing everything. Now, because it's slowly starting to, I'm slowly starting to absorb it. So eventually, I'll hopefully have it down pack.
Yeah, I mean, with all this...
I appreciate your time, but sure, like, where was I going wrong?
No, but you're part of that elite thing, this thing here, right? The elite?
Yeah.
So here, all these other courses, I wouldn't even bother looking at. I would just focus on the Trade Like a Boss and this other one, the Python version 3. And then as you get more comfortable with C++, like we're talking potentially years down the road, right? Like it could take you 3 months to get really good at Python and understand the infrastructure of this guy, right?
Okay.
And then from there, I'd worry about these other courses like way down the line if that's what you want to pursue.
I think I might just go to the local university and just take one like once a night or once on Saturday morning and just slowly through it.
I would take a basic Python course.
No, I'm talking about C++.
Oh, C++.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not difficult. It's like I always say. It's like checkers. It's easy to understand but hard to master.
Yeah, that I do know about things that they look easy. It has some tough learning curves in it. That I do know.
It's not just.
Do it with a tutor.
It's not just with the pro. It's every programmer has their own style as well.
Right.
Right, and that's the extra confusing part about C++. See, with Java and MotiveWave, it's they've designed the template and the style for you to work with MotiveWave, the trading platform, right?
Right.
But all the programming languages I've seen for like newbies, Python's the easiest because it's different styles you can apply, but as long as you understand the components, you can apply your own style of Python. But with the course that I've got, it just at least covers all the basics on what goes into a trading bot.
Right.
Because it covers all the basics that you would need, like the database, the technical analysis library, the CCXT to talk to whatever exchange you want, the data wrangling. I think that's it. Yeah. I mean, and if you really wanted to go Forex, you could do that as well using Oanda.
But you said that's like a bucket shop on how they treat it.
Yeah, I've talked to quite a few people lately, and they're all coming to the same conclusion: is that you're just throwing money away when you go Forex. The exception is with a broker called LMAX, but everyone else you're kind of essentially throwing money away.
IB?
Oh, IB is different, yeah, but I think you need like something like $25,000 to do retail trading in retail trading Forex. You need about 20 or 25 grand for IB.
Well, one day I'll get there.
Yeah, I mean, crypto's the easiest to get into right now, and you get best performance. I mean, you look at the performance today, and this is just in the last hour. Look how much it's up: 1.9%, Ethereum 3.34%. 2.5%. It's up like in the last hour.
Great.
That I haven't seen that kind of performance in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but also too is really a plus with Python at this point is you can actually get all the data, all the information, the times and sales. That's what's the most important.
Yeah,
part.
exactly.
Instead of you guessing.
Well, yeah, and that's an important part to mention is about with Binance, they made that that makes it very transparent where you don't have to pay extra for that, like if you were trading on the CME or the CBOE.
Right.
Because you know to get execution on the actual sales and long and shorts and the quantity of what in a snapshot, you'd be paying hundreds, thousands per month to get access to that. But with Binance, it's all open.
Well, my first goal is to get the Binance thing. Second thing I'm going to do is when I start moving heavy into futures, is actually get an account with Bloomberg. At that point,
Yeah.
you know, if Yeah, because it's the only way you're gonna survive it.
Well, yeah, but you got to have a very large account to really make it worthwhile.
Yeah, but if it's $2,500 a month, and if you have 10 to 20, you should be able to make that.
Yeah, you could technically, from an accounting perspective, use this as a business write-off, sure.
Right. And that's just on the onstart. But what happens if you get 3-4 months down the line?
Right. But you confirm that that's the price you pay?
I didn't confirm it. It was based on the videos that I did watch.
Oh, I've
Terminal service.
yeah. I mean, there's different levels, but I've heard it goes from about that to up to 5,000-6,000 a month.
Well, I see when I get to that point because, especially now, what's going on with this oil thing.
Yeah, I as of yesterday, as the oil dropped like crazy, I've had 2 or 3 people come to me out of the blue asking about Binance because they know crypto's still doing well. And,
Pretty good.
and the other thing is with the Renaissance Technologies,
Right.
they're dabbling in crypto now as well.
Oh. I have this thing up in about a month.
What's that?
I hope I should have it up within a month because I'm going through a lot of chapters, reading a lot of stuff. I understand the foundations, what's mean reversions, momentum trading, which TA lib to use, which
Yeah,
indicator to use.
yeah.
Yeah, it's got to implement it. That's it.
Yeah, I mean,
What to do.
I know what TA lib indicators to use. They're very simple. I don't use any standard technical analysis ones because they lag a bit. But I'm just building out a new spreadsheet here for the mean reversion, and I have my guy who's telling me he's never seen the conditions as tight as they have been lately.
Right.
But here I measure now the standard deviation on the pair,
Okay.
and then I can rank which one's the least volatile, and then decide which one I want to focus on. It's similar to what I told you about in MotiveWave with that optimize feature for the back testing,
Yes.
because that's pretty valuable as well. I find. So here I can go from smallest to largest on the standard deviation for volatility, and you can see here these are the least volatile right now: BTC, XRP, and XMR.
Pretty exciting.
So knowing that they're least volatile, those are probably the ones I'm gonna focus on.
Well,
But to be able to pick up those kind of stats really quickly, that's what I love about Python.
yeah, the information is great.
What's
I
that?
mean, the information in terms of what they give you compared to everything else,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, and you don't have to have a minimum amount to start. You could start for like $50 or $100 US.
Right.
It's
Exactly what I plan on doing.
it's one of the only exchanges that offers that to you. And now I don't know if you've been catching up, but Binance is now moving into options now too.
How do you? So basically, oh my god.
Yeah, that's why I say oh my god, because that's what I love about Binance, because Binance gives you all the information you need in terms of data, and then you can trade like as if you were in a traditional futures market, and then take those trading rules that you build in Python and move them into the real McCoy like a like a CME or whatever else.
Yes.
And now they're doing it with options now too.
Well, that's going on stock, isn't it?
You could apply that to stock potentially too,
Oh my god.
because that's the whole point. Is now you have trading rules that you can build for different types of asset classes, like from futures, options, and then theoretically it's not going to be 100% the same nuances as moving into a commodities market or a stock market in options or futures. But the thing is that you have a much better fighting chance because you're coming out of a traditional options or a futures market because of the development you put into Binance.
Right.
And that's another big advantage as well. And you don't have to pay extra for that data.
Right. No.
And they're going to have a pretty rock solid API for the options as well. at some point.
Yeah, hopefully by the end of the month, I'll be able to flow through that thing pretty fast, pretty
It
smoothly.
it's pretty exciting stuff with Binance, and Binance has really gone pretty hog wild. I showed you Binance overall, right? What they've
Yeah, you
done.
did. We went through a lot of it. If
Yeah,
I have any questions, I'm going to just YouTube and just keep looking through it so I get my answers.
yeah. See they've broken out in the futures market right now. They have a spot, and I think only right now mobile offers the options, but I wouldn't be surprised they'll have an API for it soon.
Wait a minute, they're in the futures now?
Yeah, they've always had futures. There's a spot versus futures market.
Whoa. And what's the cost for a round trip?
It's still the same as far as I know. It's like 0.1%.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of going to IB then?
Well, that's my whole point. It's the commission fees are tiny. Like even if you were to use Coinbase Pro, you're going to pay 0.5%. Here is 1/10% with Binance.
And can you put money into an account for futures using crypto?
Yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
my God. I mean, you get the money back no time flat.
Yeah. It's all done in USDT, in
Oh
Tether.
my God.
See, here's all the. This is what I use. These are all the only coins I use. What's listed under here under the futures market. All this stuff that you see, that's all. That's all I track because with how Binance has set it up, they only put in either very high volume coins or they put in very high performing coins. They don't put in the dogs into the futures market.
Right.
There's about 23 of them in there.
Well, I get it done.
Yeah.
I was being motivated enough. I stayed up last night about maybe 1, just reading the book. I went through every video. I bought a course from Udemy. It's called Zero to Hero. It's just like intermediate. It was a polymorph and went over the, I'm trying to think what stuff. Went over the dictionary, went over the mapping, how to speed things up.
Yeah.
It went over the if statements. It went over the listings, arrays, variables. There was a lot of stuff. It took me about maybe 2 days to go through all the videos.
And how much you pay for that? How much you pay for that course? Like $10?
It was like $20.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
I know. So I bought a book. No, a friend of mine, who turned me on to Python a while back, gave me a book, and he said, just go print it out. And I wanted to go to Kinko's, and he told me $25. It was about 2 weeks ago, and I went and bought it off of Amazon for like $13 used. I'm like,
Amazing. Yeah.
Buy the books.
Yeah.
Bought the book. I can't look at a computer and read.
Right.
I don't know why. I
No.
have a tough time doing that.
You're old school. I'm the same way.
Yeah, I can read a book, but I can't read it. It's hard for me to read for hours looking at a computer screen. I can't do that.
Yeah, but if you're motivated, like you are, like remember what I said last time, is once you start to learn look at the job market right now. Like 20 million people in the U.S. have lost jobs. They're predicting 30 million people. Okay,
Right.
that's out of 180, however many in the workforce. That's a high number. The only growth right now moving into this economy is going to be in software development and digital type of businesses. You're because you choose to learn Python or any kind of IT related, like you're securing your own future. You know what I mean?
You're not lying about that. I'll tell you why. I looked on Dice yesterday, and you know what I saw? What they were looking for?
What's that?
Besides knowing Tensor Flow, you had to know Python. You had to know TA-lib. You had to know not TA-lib, pandas. You had to know pandas and a couple of other things. I was like,
NumPy.
oh my God, I'm going right down the same path.
Yeah,
Same stuff.
that's the other good thing about Python is that like all the packages that you got to learn, they're all the same and everyone uses the same one. So transferring from job to job is much easier because if you're like with C++, you could use a million different libraries that do the same thing, but with Python, it's just a standard library that everybody uses.
Right. But yeah, I'm not going to give up. I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to get the certification. I'm just going to hold on to it. But get all this trading stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
and follow Binance. I see it's going in the future, so bam, there it is.
Yeah,
And
and
they're giving you the data too?
yeah.
Historic, forward? What do we call forward?
Well, historic, you get up to 1,000 rows of whatever time frame you're watching, right, or whatever you're downloading. But I'm sure you could go online and get historical data elsewhere from Binance if you really wanted to go down that path.
Yeah, I didn't really do the research yet, but I heard you talking about Q Collector. I got to look into that.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with crypto. That's using IQ feed and
Right. I know that what I'm saying. I heard you talk about having research. That's so much stuff. You
yeah.
got to catch up to.
Dude, if I took you into the world of MATLAB, your head would spin so much because you have so many different paths and rows to go down in MATLAB.
Isn't MATLAB a form of like graphical interface?
Yeah, it has that.
Right, because the video went over. No, yeah, the video went over that. I was like, yeah, you're talking about R and MATLAB.
Yeah, I mean, R's still out there, but I've seen some postings where people are now regretting going into R compared to where Python is at because Python does everything what R does, but more. But MATLAB, I have not talked about MATLAB for about at least 3-4 years, and there's a reason for it. Is because of the cost of it, and the other reason is because you think you're overwhelmed right now. MATLAB will. It's an unbelievable piece of software.
Really?
Oh, it's probably everything out there that I've seen. It's the best. The problem with it, it will stop you in your tracks because it does so much, especially now with the machine learning and all that. It's just I don't even know where to go. But there's a lot to it. But I would never guide somebody down that path. I'd just rather have them go down what you're going down with Python and only Python and what Python delivers. That's it. Don't confuse people.
Yeah, but I've been saying, listen, I'm just going to stick to what I'm doing. Just keep reading, keep studying. Eventually, I crack this egg.
I think you're already cracking it just by putting the effort in.
No, you got to get over the hump.
True.
Get over the hump, then you turn. Like once I have it up and running, because I'm buying a. Oh, but I saw also too. You mentioned in one of your videos, Clear Unix, where Python runs the fastest. So
Yeah, but that changes every so often. I've been testing BSD, and ultimately there's 3 versions of BSD. There's like free BSD, I think it's NetBSD and OpenBSD. The BSDs that run the fastest because they're the lightest. But on the Linux side, I would prefer if I had to choose. I'd rather be on the BSD versus Linux.
right.
But again, that's real technical. But you should be able to be okay because you know Unix.
So this is the thing. I contacted a hosting company, and he told me. I asked them if I wanted to change the version of Linux is running in the box. It's like you get us the ISO, we put it on. I was like, doesn't care what version. That's exactly what the guy said to me. You get the ISO, we put it on.
Yeah.
Oh, for free. I'm like, you serious? He's like, yeah. You set it up, you call us, you mail it to us, or you FTP it to us, we put it on. I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I'm finding with the Linux world, you have to be kind of careful what distribution you put on because everyone has their own different Linux preferences with the distribution. And if you go, let's say, from Red Hat to Ubuntu, technically they're the same, but the package management's totally different. There's quite a few different things and limitations with each one that you choose. So, you gotta know what you want out of that Linux. So if you're just starting out, you're Windows, right?
No, matter of fact, talk about that. You know what? I have another project I'm going to do. I have a friend of mine who's a PC guru.
Yeah.
I haven't met anyone like him before. So I called him yesterday and said, listen, I want to put a SSD drive on my. I have an old HP DB9000 what can I take it up to? He said, go to this site, and then just click it, and it'll tell you how to tell you what company sells the upgrades and what you want to upgrade it to, and the cost. I'm like, you don't have to do no research and look at the serial number, none of that anymore. I was like, oh my God. So I'm going to take my HP, put Linux on there, put the SS solid drives on there, and take the 4 gigabytes of memory. Because it has a huge screen, the HP DB9000. It's like almost 17 inches.
Wow.
Yeah, I can literally just sit in bed. That's how I do it. I sit in bed and just watch the videos when I'm off.
Right.
Yeah, it's very inexpensive. You get them like $100
for that.
Linux and just watching the video. They're great.
Yeah. Well, the one distribution I like for BSD is called Nomad BSD.
Heard of it?
Oh, it's the best one I've seen. It's based on FreeBSD. It's got a great little interface on it. They include all the basic software you want, and it's really good.
Wow.
And it's a nice interface too. So that's one I would look at.
Let me write that down. Well, you're in the video, so I get the...
Yeah. Nomad.
I forgot. You're now going to record a second when you say I can get it.
Yeah, this is probably the best one, but again, that could change, right? Like I prefer, like if I'm doing what I'm doing for security, this is the most secure OS out there, operating system, OpenBSD. But you really gotta know how to build things software wise. It's a tough operating system to work with, OpenBSD, but it's the most secure. Yeah, but that's the nice thing about Python or C or Java. You can move from any Linux distribution you want, right? But if you stick with the Windows world, you're just stuck with Windows, which I'm not really a big fan of anymore.
Yeah, for the OnStart, I'm just going to use Ubuntu.
Yeah. Ubuntu's good. Yeah, Ubuntu's good. And then when you go into production, you got a bot ready to go. You can kind of move it on to something else. Like in my case, I'd probably would look at doing OpenBSD because it's so secure. I mean, it's scary secure. Like, I don't know if you know about the CIA and the WikiLeaks documents that were leaked through WikiLeaks, the Vault 7 and 8. When you go through all those documents with the CIA, they target every single known operating system except one. And that's OpenBSD, because they know it by default the security is so tight and so hardened. they can't even target this operating system from what I've seen.
No way.
Yeah, I think so. They'll target FreeBSD because FreeBSD is a lax operating system, but with OpenBSD, same BSD, but with OpenBSD, what they've done, they've out of box by default made this tight. They closed that off. This is hardened. That's out of box with OpenBSD.
Wow.
It's
Linux is the easiest.
Well, Linux is good to play around with and learn off of, but in terms of like you want a fast, light operating system, this is it, OpenBSD.
Right.
But as I said, you gotta be really technical. I mean, what you're telling me, if you know the Unix administration stuff, you should be able to walk through this no problem on OpenBSD.
Well, I gotta, in time I'm gonna build a box, and then it turns out going through everything.
Yeah.
I know definitely you gotta stop. You must stop those USB services.
Yes.
There's a lot of ways people can get in the box.
Yeah, I know, but that's the whole thing about OpenBSD. They somehow close all that off.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, with Linux, like that's all by default opened up, but here they've closed it all off.
Right. Yeah. So tonight I'm just gonna finish going reading the book.
Yeah, I'd first learn the Python, understand and try to figure out the trading bot, trading logic and rules. And then once you get something working and you're really comfortable with it, then yeah, move to something like OpenBSD to deploy it on.
I don't think what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to go through all the study materials for Python.
Yep.
It'll take me about another week or two to knock it out.
Okay.
Then all your videos, and then I should be able to start building it. And then look into the futures one after that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But I got to get the, you said it was called Tensor Flow. You said get
Oh, hold on. Hold your horses. Even I don't look at TensorFlow because there's a couple of arguments on machine learning right now. Machine learning is very complicated. Yeah, and the question comes down to, well, you got to go through a lot of setup to get some kind of result with TensorFlow, right? Whereas if you go down the path of learning that Python course, is very simple, understanding which indicator to use through TALib, and then you ask yourself, well, if I can get a result with a simplification using TALib, why would I blow my brains out learning machine learning in TensorFlow? I'm not saying don't. I just find right now TensorFlow it's a big beast to master, and any machine learning is big. If I was to learn machine learning and keep it in the world of Python, I would learn this one. It's called Scikit-Learn. It's a very base. It's a very basic. How's it? sklearn. This library here. Scikit-Learn.
I've seen that in a book or somewhere on the web.
Yeah, that's where you start. Like you start with Scikit-Learn, keep it to that, and then understand like the different concepts here, the clustering, classification, and all that. Understand that first, and once you become a master at that, then take a stab at TensorFlow. Because that in itself will that's a rabbit hole you won't be coming out of.
Also, basically, you're saying that's the tough animal to catch.
Yes, yeah, but with Scikit-Learn, it's a lot easier. Like Scikit-Learn is the basics of it's like if you're gonna learn how to crawl, you learn Scikit-Learn. But when you want to learn how to run and run a marathon, that's where TensorFlow comes in. But then there's another one called PyTorch, and that's still out there. But if you were to do all of this for, call it career, then eventually you'll want to be on TensorFlow.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get to it.
But I practically speaking, you probably won't even look at it for at least maybe 6 months to a year, because the Python itself is where you want to master that stuff. And then if you're gonna go down machine learning, I would just first stick with Scikit-Learn.
I'll go through it.
Yeah, it's a fantastic. So when somebody says random forest, you know what it is. You know what I mean? Because Scikit-Learn will cover that.
Gotcha. Open source commercial.
Yeah, and the other thing is you'll see here it's BSD again, right?
Right.
Because with Google and TensorFlow, it's not restrictive, but you know it's a Google thing, it's a corporate thing, right?
Yeah, I got you. All right, I really appreciate it. Thanks so much, and I'll just send you an email, let you know my progress.
Nope. Go ahead.
I should be gonna make the. Are you having a meeting next Monday?
I'm hoping to. Yeah, I mean I just came off of my tax preparation, and believe me, that's not a fun process.
Yeah, I can imagine.
When do you got to file your taxes?
I'm trying to get them done. Every time I look up, everything is shut. You can't walk in. And the closest place we have what they call an organization here that does it for free. I always go there every year.
Right.
And so I'm trying to get it done, get it in the mail, because they're giving out money for people that, every American supposedly.
Yeah.
So hopefully I get mine. I can sure use it.
Yeah, but with like when's the deadline to file your taxes though and get it paid off for this?
June 15th to July 15th.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they extended it because of
Well,
what happened.
yeah, with us they say we have to file by June 1st, but if there's anything owing, we have until September 1st.
Oh, that's cool.
But you know what? We have a relief program as well in Canada, and I just did mine like 2 days ago,
Right.
and I was in and out within 10 minutes, and I already got supposedly a check on the way.
Hey, congrats.
Yeah. Yo, man, it's free money. But the way I'm going, I might not. I don't know, but I'll take it. How people in your neighborhood? Are there a lot of people hurting?
If it is, I don't see it. This morning I went to the grocery store, and here they have what they call restrictive hours. They only let people who are above the age of 65 and older to get in. I just went to go buy some jellies, have some jelly and tea
Yeah.
in the morning. Got to stay in there for 30 minutes. The street's really not that crowded.
Really? And you're in Florida. You're in Florida, right?
Right. Not much going on.
But I mean, you drive around with your job. I mean, have you been seeing a lot of unusual?
No, dead at night, dead empty. There's nothing. You can even grab something. There's only a couple of places you can go. Like I don't know, you have what's that place called? It's not Sonic Burger, but it's something else. Sometimes I stop there. It's only takeout. I stop in sometimes to grab a burger or fish sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything else is closed.
But how far in your job do you travel? I remember you said you went up to Chicago once.
Well, like today I'm going. I would say about maybe 2 hours, point A to B, and then back. So that's 4.
So that's a day trip then for you, right?
Right. No, I do it twice.
Oh, twice.
Yeah, twice.
Wow.
It's really not there. It's really easy.
Yeah. And you're going out every day pretty well, right?
Yeah.
Huh. But with all these places that you go, is there a lot of activity that wherever you're delivering to, or?
No, it's just milk. People gotta drink that.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you're doing food stuff.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah. There's probably a lot of industries that's still moving. I don't know about everything.
Yeah, I know in Europe they're talking about relaxing a lot of the curfews and whatnot.
But
Yeah.
I'm just happy I'm getting stronger and stronger at this Python. And it's still studying. Before I started, stopped. I'm not making excuses this time.
Yeah, but you joined me a year ago, so you sounded pretty active for about maybe 2 months.
Yeah, I still got busy. That's why.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So, but now I'm like, I want to get it done.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be so happy to sit home and just watch this thing and know it from A to Z.
Yeah, but you can control your own hours, though, right? Your job.
Nope. I'm on a scheduled time.
But can you if they give you hours, you take them and that's it, or?
Yeah, that's it. Right.
Got it.
Right. And when I have the time off, I just either watch the videos. Well, now, the next project with these computers, I'm gonna build a SATA 4 gigabytes Linux laptop. Like, just get on the internet. That's all I need to do.
Yeah.
It'll just be going so fast. And I'm just gonna check if I can get the screen resolution. And it's gonna be my model from there on, because I can use that here. I can take one laptop, connect 2 monitors to it to extend it.
Yeah.
Multiple screens.
Yeah.
And don't have to worry about the expense of running a CPU.
Right.
Yeah, and then every so often I pull the battery cord out because it can run off the battery for a while.
Well, I got one guy who's wanting to join. He's in like the suburbs of the suburbs. Sounds like he's more in the country. How is your internet connection at your home? Is it pretty stable?
Oh yeah, I don't have issues with it.
Oh, so you don't get dropouts or anything like that, eh?
He must be way out in the country.
Well, I mean it's in the UK, right? So I don't know what their internet is out there, but from what I understand, he could be out for days. What he worries about is if he goes ahead with a bot and the thing takes on trades, and then he loses connection. Then he feels that he'll be stuck in trades, and he's afraid to run the thing on his desktop at home with an unstable internet connection.
Well, I wouldn't do that. That's me. I just go to hosting companies.
Yeah, that's what he's looking at right now.
Never do it at your house.
Yeah.
At least for the hosting companies, they're gonna hold. Well, they have a 99% uptime,
Yeah.
so you shouldn't have that issue.
Yeah, I've been with my company probably 5 years. Never, I mean, I can't even think of when it's been down.
Right.
But is that your intention? Is to do everything in Python and then put it in Linux?
Well, no, but that's on the front end. Me here, in the house. I'm talking about what I'm gonna do is everything's gonna be Linux. I'm gonna go Binance, crypto, Binance futures, crypto. Now, since they got this MotiveWave and Linux, probably just get like a 189 box and put everything on there. Get two cards, two network cards, so 40 terabytes, 20 send, 20 receive. Send and receive. Just have one sending, one receiving. Maybe do some round robin. Depending on the traffic. Depending like how it's going to work out.
Yeah.
But yeah, this stuff's so inexpensive now.
I know. I just checked the pricing on hosting with Windows that say you can get as low as $5 a month.
With who?
Well, like DigitalOcean. Well, let me look online here. Hold on.
Yeah, but wait a minute. That's what's the name, isn't it? Isn't that what's that called? That's a virtual box. I don't think you will get a physical box.
Oh no, yeah, no, but you want to host it. You want to host on that environment.
I think for one it should be fine. You shouldn't have any problem. But you're talking about putting multiple. If you $5, I'll do it for $5.
Well, I'm just looking right here. Look, if you got like a VPS server that you can get. See right here, $5. Remote Windows VPS.
Wow.
Yeah, because I saw it last year. It was like less than $30-$40.
That's Windows or Linux?
It's Windows.
I don't want Windows. I want Linux.
Yeah, I know, but at the same, the cost is so low, it's crazy.
It's scary, isn't it?
Well, it's and the service, like I don't remember. Let me just look up here. You could get a dedicated Windows box for like $30-$40 a month. It sounds like.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so if you get a Windows VPS, like right here, any of these guys, like virtual server, like it's disgustingly cheap. Like $5, $7.
Oh, well, that's the route I'm going. If I can get one really inexpensive.
Yeah, but look, you can get an 8-core, 2 gigabytes. I mean, it's just really, really cheap.
Wow, that's with 1 gigabyte?
And I think this is a VPS, but if you get a dedicated box,
Right, that's going to be much more.
oh yeah.
$100.
But I like the I like VPSs because if there's a problem, they take responsibility to fix it, right?
With dedicated box, they do too.
Well, there's a basics to with a VPS. It's like whatever basic software they put on that box, they'll take care of it. Like with mine, anything to do with through the cPanel, they'll support. But if I went and said, okay, I want a dedicated box, I have to manage. I'm the one responsible for the software that goes on that box.
Yeah, some hosting companies, and some will just they'll totally take care of it for you.
Right, but that's where you don't want to go manage. You want to go where they help manage it for you.
Right, yeah, because I don't really deal with that.
Yeah. See. With I mean, like for building a bot. Yeah, you could probably do a managed box because it's your software. But if you're hosting things like a website or mission critical that's public facing, I don't think I would go managed. I would go let them manage at least the basics, including like in my case WordPress and all that.
Exactly.
Right. But look, I mean, $90. This is a managed server, and you're $90. You know what I mean?
I have an account with HostGator. I never had that thing go down. Never.
I used to be with HostGators many years ago, and I ended up they're going through a bankruptcy, and I moved to where I'm at now. I'm very happy with them, but from what I'm seeing, these guys look pretty good. And here you got the Windows. This is like a managed box, dude. Eight gigs of RAM. I mean, 30 gigs of RAM, $133 a month. Even if it's Linux, that's pretty good.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, like you could run MotiveWave on that thing.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. Once I get to have everything running, I'm gonna get like a 180 something box.
Yeah.
And run everything with it.
Yeah. So
Yeah, definitely want to do that.
these are your options right now, and this time next year you'll look at it, it'll be much cheaper too.
And hardware keeps going down.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I mean, when I saw as low as $5 on a VPS, I was like, wow. But right now, with the little, because if you keep everything in Linux and Python, you don't need much hardware. The only thing that'll suck up is the data when you download it from Binance. Or it depends really how you design your bot. But I asked my provider what are the chances of me using up the I'm not even using 5% that they allocate for the month for me with my bot, and I could have like 10 of them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's a good way to do it, and as you said, do it remotely is better.
Everybody, when I hear people tell me they're doing stuff from their house, I'm like, oh, you're gonna have a big problem.
Yeah, when you go into full-on trading, yeah, you will. And the other thing is when you go on vacation or something as well.
You just take a laptop and just monitor it from your laptop. That's it.
Yeah. And on terms of the security, you know, it should be good. But that's why if you want to go ultimate paranoid, that's why I go with OpenBSD if you have the technical knowledge to do it.
Right.
You know.
I really appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Seeing an email on how's my progression. But we do a whole lot of reading. I'm not just book off. I want to get the Python 20 for 21 days or 24 hours. That one. Those are very good. They go through a lot.
There's so many books out there. The one I recommend if you want to do it for free and you don't mind sitting in front of a computer is it's actually from Microsoft. It's called Channel 9 Python. Yeah, it's quite good actually. It's right from Microsoft MSDN, and it's free.
It's very good.
Oh, yeah. I've heard people tell me it's the best. I mean, you got 50 ratings, all 5, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different resources out there to learn about Python, but if you don't mind sitting in front of a computer, this is a good one. And you know, you got so many videos on YouTube as well now. It's crazy.
Yeah. Can you hold on for a second, please?
Sure.
All right. I'm planning on doing it. I'm just going to keep banging it out.
Okay, well, the thing is, you don't want to lose momentum. That's the problem.
What do you mean by that?
Well, like when you start, that you don't want to, as you've done for the last year, you slow down.
Oh, no. I'm not going to do that. I can't do that.
Right.
Yeah, just... So yeah, Mills, I would say I should start cracking that thing about maybe not this week, next week.
Okay.
I should have should have gone over every lesson and done everything within my power to get it done. I shouldn't run into these snacks because you gave the pseudocode, and I should be able to understand it better in another week.
Yeah. I mean, you got from my end, you got everything you need, you know, that baby bot thing from the DVD will help you a lot from building the logic.
Right.
That should help a lot.
Yeah.
That's why I built it.
So keep going over. I should hopefully have it knocked out.
Hope so.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, you've put in the fight, you put in the work so far.
Yeah, like you said, stay with it.
Yeah, you have to.
That's the key to it. I know.
It's just like learning anything, learning how to walk, man. You're not gonna do it in like 2 days.
Yep.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some good end results that come out of it. I think.
Well, no, it is.
Yeah.
Of course it will be.
Yeah. I mean, especially with, as I said, with the way the economy's going right now.
Right.
You know, and then once you get into the crypto stuff, I mean, I don't know what it's at now, but I mean, there it is, 3.343% up, and then I just reload it, so it's now down to 2.9, but still pretty strong.
But that margining, that's the key thing.
That's a lever. Yeah, if you want to take that leverage, what was it, 125? That's pretty crazy. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty well it. So what I'll do is I'll put this video up later today.
All right. I'll probably review it if I have any questions.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to do another session, let me know.
Yeah. All right. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Clarified, so we're going to keep pushing on.
Okay, man.
All right. Thank you so much.
No problem. You have a good day, eh?
All right, you do the same.
Thanks, man. Bye.